your turn to pick.
Naga Siren.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to just a random replay from me. My name is Dota. I've been casting Dota 2 matches for approximately the past 4 years,
5
but I
seconds
really want to make the jump to English casting, and it's just a hobby as of now, as a trade. I'm an architectural engineer, but honestly, I'm just up for some really cool matches and just casting in general. I'll tell you in a GIF who actually asked me my request on Reddit. I got approached by Ding760 to do this cast on this supposedly epic match. Not sure about the ranks, and my loading screen on the
5
replay
seconds remaining.
is doing stupid crap as usual, but there it is. So we most likely have a Naga Siren carry on the Radiant side. I'm not sure what the carry is on the Dire side, maybe the Pudge or the Omni Knight. I believe this game is just a few days old, so if it's according to the 730 patch, it should be a Pudge carry, with the Lone Druid being the mid or the Viper, and one of those being the offlane. I have no idea why the loading screen just does not want to cooperate, but you've seen the picks, you've seen what the game is going to be about, and let's just see if this replay holds it together. It seems like it is, and we are just gonna get into it.
This one is in the assassin of the greatest goddess Nyx.
Nothing special on starting items, to be
This
honest.
one's in the bag.
Maybe this boots and clarity combination's a bit greedy from opulent Omega, to be honest. Mostly going to be shortened names anyway, so just stay tuned for that. But yeah, for sure. For now, I'm just gonna do like a simple cast without any music or without any side comments. Just trying to keep together with the plays. No one's really going for exploration. No wards are being put out. So I'm guessing this is around the Crusader
30
Legend
seconds to battle.
kind of rank, although somewhere around 3,000, 4,000 or more people start doing the rush mid and warding kind of style. And it's very interesting that Naga, so Borshik actually has the ward, but here comes Dearmouth.
The battle begins.
Santi and Opulent just back out. Borshik and Dreamer can just actually pick up the room. And then Ryujin picks up the second one. So it's kind of a rather more peaceful start. And as far as I can see, it's gonna be a Lone Druid carry for now on Tofix with the Bear, then DPL to position 5. Interesting matchup with this Naga Hoodwink. To be honest, it's rather more Hoodwink favored. But yeah, the Naga with the illusions is of course doing what she can to zone out. I'm curious to see what happens on level 2. On the top it's Dreamer and Opulent trading it out. And it's gonna be a carry. Oh god. It's gonna be a carry Omni Knight, to be honest. There's a pickoff on Cable by Tofix, and he sadly missed the first blow, but that's the beauty of replays. We can actually just jump back and check out how that kill actually happened. Of course, it was a Thunderstrike kill, and thus we continue on to the next kill.
That's more like it.
Do my best to just pay attention to kills, especially on the laning phase. It's
Swimmingly.
actually one of my weakest points, but at the same time, yeah, I mean, it's kind of tough, especially with these heroes. I don't really see lane control from either of them. Thunderstrike again, Tofix going for the killer, trying to keep contact with doesn't. And DPL the help of Tofix, it actually gets the Lone Druid 2 kills, and the bear just goes. Cable is most likely dead here, and Tofix actually gets a double kill, and that's a 3-0-0 on the bear in the first 2 minutes.
Must be done.
Let's see. Kind of a cocky name on the Omni Knight. I am EU best. Gets the Impale. It's kind of spat on, and Heavenly Grace kind of helps him get out, but still needs to warrant some sustained. Dreamer with the clutch carapace and the Impale. They actually will get the Enigma. And Dreamer actually gets out. Heavenly Grace is on cooldown, but he does have purification, so I am EU actually makes it out of there. As Asante just picks up a water rune casually. No contest on the top. It's very interesting that Borshik actually just lets Santi just pick up those water runes in the mid. Very interesting that Santi just can't get those lost hits, even though that he's with the Acorn shooting. Oh girl, killer. Gotta be in trouble again. The stun doesn't really slow the bear down. And the Pudge is in kind of in a troubled position. Meantime, top there is going to be some action, but the Enigma goes into its position. Tofix suicides under the T1. Slowly but surely, in the middle of this laning stage, it's kind of obvious that Radiant's going to have an early lead. There's the long silence. It actually catches this killer half hook. He's kind of low on mana, but the ink swell damage is going to help Cable get the kill, even though the tower kind of gets him at the same time. There's going to be a trade between the Omni Knight and the next assassin, and Cable just gets stuck. Chaos on the map, and in the meantime the Viper is kind of getting by. He might be one of those factors Ryujin may just bring down this game all on his own, to be honest. It's just a break, you know, on the Omni Knight. Even though there's not really anything else that another Toxin is going to be working with, but the Viper Strike is just going to be huge this game. I wonder what Opulent's going to do with those black holes, and what's his build going to be. Most likely just starting Arcane Boots, and then he'll figure it out from there. But Blink BKB is kind of good here, even though the fight can be absolutely disrupted with Song of the Siren. We'll see. Actually, the late game brings. Dire really wants to have late game this matchup, but I don't know if they'll get it. Good Impale, good Nether Toxin, Purification, either or there, but the Carapace returns the damage and actually kills the Omni Knight. Very good plays right now from Dreamer.
More fun this way.
Bad Bushwhack combo. Borshik does a great job by cutting out the tree and does some mid pressure here at kind of the middle of the laning stage. But nothing special. Nothing special going on. Radiant is doing really great on lost hits. Even though Tofix is a bit behind with the Lone Druid, it doesn't really matter, because for one thing, he's on a 5-1 streak right now. 2 kills since his last death, I believe. That extra gold is just so tasty. The bear getting a bracer, which is interesting because bears don't have attributes, but in the meantime, I mean, it's good HP regen, and why the hell not? EU best just getting owned on top. Let's check the replay. There's the Impale, there's a control. He just doesn't want to do anything. No spells are pushed out. Heavenly Grace is a joke now, and he just dies. Still thinking what this pudge is supposed to be. With 10 last hits in the past 6 minutes, there isn't really a position 3 on the Dire. And Killer is just going to get glimpsed back. He gets feared, he gets ink swelled, so there's that extra speed. But honestly, there's just no control from Dire right now. Dreamer does a good job aggressively warding, and Opulent just shows himself, but I do not see this happening right now. Acorn show up, bushwhack him. Borzek is still pressuring. He's about half a level advantage compared to the Hoodwink, who also doesn't really have a target this game. I mean, getting out the Naga Siren would be nice, taking on the Lone Druid wouldn't be bad. Killer, in the meantime, it's kind of teased, but no kill potential as of now. Hook goes out on a creep. I mean, it kind of insta-kills it now in this patch, but you still gotta save those hooks. This is a tactical advantage, and just Killer is just losing it. Santi, in the meantime, using Bushwhack on the illusions. Just get them out of the under from the tower. Kind of trying to survive the mid, but even the Hoodwink only has 16 lost hits. There's no side lane pressure, there's no nothing. He's not even taking camps. He's trying to get on the gank. Same at the meantime. There's going to be some Midnight Pulse action on the top from the Enigma, but to be honest, Ryujin doesn't really feel threatened here.
Is under attack.
There's the Bushwhack combo. The Lone Druid doesn't really want to back. He wants the Pudge kill. Glimpse back on the Hoodwink, and Tofix actually dies for this kill. It's kind of a greedy move, even though it was like a 1v3 situation plus the tower. Interesting motivations right there
Dire's middle
on the
tower
play,
is
but
under attack.
let's see what else we can go for. There's a Bushwhack combo, and there's a hold. Let's see if Santi's in trouble. Arcane Rune on the next assassin. Bushwhack doesn't really have a song, but he does have the root. There's the impale, there's the stun, and let's see what the little squirrel can actually do between the trees. Borzek and Dreamer getting stuck. Malefice, Midnight Pulse, and do we have a turn? Impale into the trees, but there's no contact,
Dire's middle tower
and
is
therefore
under
Hoodwink
attack.
can get away. Is there a turn on the top? Not really. I am EU best at the 8th place of the net worth. Right now, just not doing that great.
Bloody creeps.
Looking creeps. Killer does, which opens themselves up for some pressure. Interesting with the cliff being right there. Just observer wards right next to each other. Not even the best positions. Tumbler's toy. A good hook back. And basically that just means, honestly, a dead Grimstroke with the glimpse back. Although Killer tried to help, K-Ball is just gonna go down.
I hope it was worth
The
it.
DPL taking
Dire's top tower
most of
is
it.
under attack.
Santi and Killer. I mean, there is an opportunity for a combination there. Hook shot onto the Lone Druid, and there's the good combo. They actually get the kill. It's a good turnaround kill on Tofix, so it could slow the game down a bit for them. But within the 10 minutes, all 3 of the top 3 cores on the network chart are actually from the Radiant, and this could really snowball the game out of control for them. Ryujin doesn't really feel threatened, but is going to back out just a bit. Just a little bit.
Close, but not quite.
It's going to be kind of a good control onto the Enigma, who can't really do anything here without some help.
Regeneration.
I mean, even the black holes might need the Pudge combination. The Disruptor is going to get pulled in. There's the silence on him. And DPL is in kind of a big kaboom, and he actually is going to get exploded. Dreamer helps with the Devoid. There should be some cliff control, and Dreamer
Radiant's middle
doesn't
tower
really
is
have
under
that.
attack.
But he does have Vendetta now, so we'll see what he does with that.
purified.
Let's see, 3k advantage for the Radiant as of now. K-Ball, Dreamer gonna meet. And Killer's gonna get in. Oh, he almost did the hook position. But I don't think... I don't know, there's no vision on him,
Radiant's
so...
bottom tower is
I
under
don't think
attack.
there's a chance for him to actually make the play. The Sentry Wars are just outside of each other's reach. It's actually a very interesting situation. I like when the Venn diagrams don't meet each other. But there is the Carapace on the control. With the Soulbind, Killer should have waited just a little bit. In the meantime, they do get Dreamer. But on the other hand, Killer is going to be expended for this Sharpshooter by Sonny. Actually hits the Lone Druid. We don't have a hook, we don't have the control. Cable is just gonna get stuck there. EU Best actually gets a kill up top. Guardian Angel expended with the Black Hole as well.
You cannot flee.
And he actually gets to 2-3. Honestly, it was... I don't know if it's kind of worth it. I mean, 400 gold's not bad, but...
Radiant's
And
top
even though,
tower
like, yeah,
is
at
under
least
attack.
Black Hole was used, to the same extent, everyone else is just dying on lanes. And it's very interesting on the 13-minute mark, there's just no tower pressure from either or side. Half HP, third HP. Actually, those T2s just don't really want to fall. And especially, thank you, the Radiant Towers are mostly very healthy. And they don't really seem to be carrying. Santi. Oh, the Impel goes astray, and then actually the kill just doesn't really happen. 12-8 right now on those plays. And I am EU Best just has to back out
Dire's
with
middle
the Heavenly
tower
Grace.
is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Let's see. We're actually going to have some kind of play here. Dreamer is just here to do some zoning, but DPL is the one that actually can catch. The Observer, for some reason, is within the trees for the Dire, so there's not going to be
Dire's top
a
tower
play
is
happening
under
there.
attack.
Let's see what IMU is actually going to do. More TPs are going to be expended. There goes the hook from Killer, but the other toxins under them. Can they actually play this? I don't think they could actually do it. Killer is going to get stuck, and EU Best is going to die. The Static Stone from DPL is just doing the work. Opulent. There's no Black Hole. I have no idea why he's here. And the Carapace is just going to take him. Ryujin dies, but that's just what it takes, to be honest. Losing DPL to the tower is something that will happen. But the fact that Santi was sent back and tower pressure can actually happen might mean that the game is going to snowball for the Radiant's expense. 15-10. And the Lone Druid, with the help of the Naga Siren, are actually going to take this tower in the 15th minute. But the bigger problem is that Dreamer's in trouble. Next Assassin does have Carapace, and actually uses it on the Sharpshooter, so doesn't take that damage, but Ryujin, can he help out his scraggly little friend? They do block Santi down, and that's the bigger kill, and then they're going to turn on to the carry, the Omni Knight, with the Heavenly Grace, trying to come back, but the glimpse back is going to happen. There's nowhere to turn, and the Omni Knight just falls. 17-10 is the score, and the Radiant team is just rolling out of control right now. The bear only has a phase boots and a morbid mass. This could not be the best control they will ever have. I wonder what Opulent's building. He does have a blink, but there's just no pulling together of the enemy team. I mean, like, there's no Mars, there's no Magnus to set up those big plays they will actually need in order to use a Black Hole effectively. Shard could actually help in this situation, but we'll see what Opulent comes up with. And by no means does this mean that Dire is actually on a higher percentage to lose. Even our Lord and Savior, you know, the win probability controlled by Gaben himself says that 75% is only what they get. K-Ball is actually pinging out that the Nyx is here somewhere. He's trying to fake out that he doesn't see it. Carapace used with the Soulbind. They actually hold the two Radiant heroes, and an interesting black hole expended, but they do get Dreamer for the kill. Ryujin comes a bit late to the fight, but it was a good call, to be honest, to take those 2 kills. Killer misses the hook. What can they do more? Malphus and the Dismember with the Static Storm is just gonna kill Killer as well. Basically position 3 for the position 3.
Dire's bottom tower is under
And
attack.
a very interesting thing is happening. Opulent Omega, basically the
Radiant
highest
are
net worth
scanning.
on his own team, and is going for that BKB in order to ensure that he can hold on to his black holes. Now the problem is,
Dire's
what would be the
structures are
solution
fortified.
for Radiant
Dire's bottom
if the
tower
Enigma
is
gets
under
BKB?
attack.
They don't really have one. Glimpse doesn't pierce the BKB. Carapace might not be a bad one, to be honest, but it doesn't go through the BKB, as far as I'm aware, so there's no Vengeful Spirit swap, there's no control in order to stop the black hole while it's going. There's just no disengage they have right
Dire's
now.
top tower is under attack.
So both teams really have to commit to fight as of now. And what is Killer doing? He's gonna die to the Ancient. Or not. I'm just wondering why he's just standing there. Or he's just gonna dismember it. Oh, I see. Not a lot of pudges in pro play, so I don't really see the hero a lot. Oh, and there goes the Purification, Entangle, and they do jump on Borshik, and they do get the kill on the Naga. Very greedy play by the Siren. And it's gonna get punished. Let's see what Dreamer and DPL can do with Cable and the gang. Observer Ward. Sentry blocked, mana drain, and Opulent just comes back. 50 seconds to the black hole, but the Static Storm is there. Bushwhack combination onto the Disruptor, and DPL is in big trouble, and is just gonna die. 18 to 16, and the Dire are holding as much as they could. They do lose all 3 tier 3 towers, but honestly that's minor compared to the fact that at least there's no T2 push from the Radiant side. We're still not that far out. I mean, there's a very big chance that the Dire is going to make it farther. Tofix is going to be in a little bit of trouble. There's the Dismember, but there's the Fear as well from the Bear. Tofix is really playing aggressively in the meantime. Dreamer is trying to chase, taking out the wards, and there's a hook back onto the Lone Druid. Does try to use ult on the Druid, but Tofix is just going to get ripped apart here. I mean, True Form is not bad. It just doesn't give you that much, especially when you use it really late. Ryujin's going for the Orchid, which I'm really big fan of right now. But we'll see what happens. This is actually, I think, when the game is going to turn. If Opulent gets this BKB, can we see some huge team fights? And will we get that shot that he really, really needs in order to get more people into the black hole? Doesn't really need the Ags, but he does need the shard for sure. Santi, in the meantime, is going for the Gleipnir build. Hold down as many of them as possible. Play the game as much as they can. There's actually really, really big potential for them to hold right now. I just want to see it come together. I see what the Dire is planning. I just want to see it come together. That's the only thing you can hope for right now. And he does. Opulent does get the BKB. In the meantime, we do have a Diffusal Blade on the Naga Siren, as seen before. Killer's just really, really, really low on farm with this Pudge. In the meantime,
Gift from the
IMEU Best and Cable are lagging a bit behind. But I do like to go Scepter right now.
Damn.
Oop. Bit of an expenditure on the illusion. 2 ults just go out. There's a good opportunity for Radiant to just go ham right now. The Lone Druid's just pressuring T2 on the bottom. Let's see if the Dire plan somehow can actually work out. Nearly BKB Dreamer is gonna die. Guardian Angel going out on most of them, but Killer's just gonna be left there. Soulbind with a song. They can't really TP out. Static Storm. There's the setup with the kinetic field, and Ryujin. All he has to do is just right click. Opulent just cannot go in. There's no black hole to expend. Santi's gonna be in trouble. He's gonna blow up, and Cable. He's gonna be left alive. Eidolons. They're trying to chase DPL, but I don't think the Radiant actually cares here right now. Tofix is just pressuring on the bottom, and he's going for the tier 3. He can actually get it. There's no opposition from the enemy. There's no glyph to hold, and the Lone Druid's just added. There's not even a Desolator on the Druid, and they're actually doing really well for a 23rd minute mark. Killer. They do get this Ryujin kill. Bit of an overextension from the Viper. But honestly, as to the extent that the Radiant's leading, they can be a little bit cocky and they can take these risks. They can expend these kills on the Viper, on the Druid. But yeah, like even like Borshik doesn't seem to have like a really, really great stat. But the fact that he has 9k net worth compared to the Omni Knight, who's supposed to be a laning carry, he's just doing really, really well. I have no idea what the Enigma is doing right now. Like, is this like Enigma position 1 on the Dire? I want to see something crazy. And he does have the shard, so I just want to see team fights. IMEU Best. Just trying to run on Dreamer, but gets a Carapace, and will get the Chaos Meteor. Sharpshooter misses. He's trying to run away with the Vendetta. I don't know if Opulent just wants to go for it. That would be very interesting if he does. There's the Vendetta. Viper Strike on the back. Opulent just doesn't want to... there's a blink back BH opportunity right there. He's gonna let it go. As of now, he wants to go in, but doesn't press the BKB. He's just gonna rip apart. And there goes IMEU Best. Killer's gonna get pulled back into the kinetic field. The Inkswell doesn't hit anyone. Even though he hooks in the Disruptor, there's just no way to move out. And Borshik gets a triple kill. What a fight, actually. I thought we were near like a very, very good point where the enemy just jumps in and does the black hole. He had the BKB, he had the blink. Maybe it's just pressure. Just Opulent just doesn't really get it.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
At the same time, IMEU Best has the static resistance, is going for the Yasha. But this is going to be another tier 3. And in the meantime, Tofix is just pressuring on the bottom. He takes out the whole Rex and the building behind it. Tier 3 on top is just going to fall. Oh, Carapace back onto the Bushwhack. It's not bad. Impale and the jump, Ryujin. Just gets the right click, gets the kill. Killer going for Borshik, and there's the black hole, but gets... well, Borshik expends the ultimate, silencing the enemy. And yeah, they do lose Dreamer, but they do take half HP off the tier 3 tower. Interesting buyback from Santi. Very unexpected, and really not understood by me right now. Like, the song was out, and Honestly, there was no way that Siren was going to get out of there. But he just did have to buy back Aether Lens on DPL. I'm a really big fan of that build. And Killer and IMEU will basically try and find the Disruptor. He almost gets away, but the right click from IMEU is just going to get the Disruptor.
Guess what comes next?
Santi holds on. He's going to push out the bot wave. But the problem is that super creeps are just marching down this lane. Look at these bad boys. I mean, they do really want to get their first tier 1 with tower. But at the same time, Santi just cannot risk it. He does not know
Self-portrait.
where Dreamer is, and
Want to see what we do for Hangman?
honestly, he's just gonna get
Radiant's
caught.
bottom tower
This is a
under
very,
attack.
very bad move, and Dreamer's right there. He gets the impale. Veil of Discord. He almost gets him. The Meteor gets away by his hair away, and the Squirrel just makes it.
Radiant's
Santi, it
bottom tower is under
would have
attack.
been a catastrophe, but he makes it out. There's the counter push from Radiant. 26-22. They are on the scoreboard. It might not be a big difference, but it's gonna be huge in a minute here, and I don't really know what they're actually gonna do
Radiant's
on the
middle
Dire
tower
side.
is under attack.
Net worth leads is just off the charts, and we get a fight. We get a tiny fight. Killers in the Meteor Hammer. They're gonna get caught. Sharpshooter hits really well. They do lose Tofix, so that's gonna be a problem for the Radiant. For the ult. But I don't think there's a push opportunity with the Dire. They don't really have good wave clear. They do have Eidolons
Radiant's
from
top
Opulent, but he
tower is
doesn't
under
really
attack.
expend them. He rather uses them on the back wave instead of the front. At the meantime, Santi finally gets the Gleipnir, so we should be seeing some action soon from him. And in the meantime, we do have the BKB with the Black Hole coming off the cooldown as well. Loser, Dreamer catches on to Cobalt. Does he get the kill? Static Stone with the kinetic field on Santi. That's a kill for sure. With the Glimpse Black to make sure Squirrel actually just dies. Let's see what else we have. Killer with the long hook into the zero. Oh, yeah, actually into the vision. Then there's just, you know, the self-patting on the back from the team. Dreamer bit up front. With the shot at Disruptor actually giving him the aura. They jump in. Glimpse Black onto the Pudge. Banish him for picking a Pudge. Silence onto the Guardian. Angel by I Am Best. And they do lose Borshik. Could this be a catastrophic fight for the Radiant? There was actually the fight I really, really wanted to see. And Opulent just has a really good turn. But the problem is that Raijin's still here, and he's doing the damage. Orchid onto the Grimstroke. Thunderstrike helping out with the aura. And Ryujin just Orchids out. The Grimstroke just actually gets those kills. 31-26. It's
Dire's
gonna be
middle
a
tower is
toughie.
under attack.
I really wanted to see this fight, and we actually get it with the Black Hole BKB. Bigger problem is it gonna last? And they do turn like a 2k onto the Dire, but it's just pressure all over. And these super creeps from the bottom lane, they haven't reached a tier 4 yet, but it's kind of inevitable unless you have someone holding this dead lane over and over and over again. And that's just one man down constantly. Let's see, Borshik almost has a moon shard finished.
Dire are scanning.
Net worth hasn't really turned the last 7 or so. An 80% win probability for the Radiant still. Can they increase that? Paladin Sword for the Dire. BKB is on the way for Santi, but it's way, way far out for now. Tofix working on the Basher. The Bear has a Mask of Madness. And a Desolator. We'll see how that item works out. Opulent just jumps out. Doesn't really want to mess with them. Malefice.
All wands will break.
Just working on Dreamer. Midnight Pulse engages. There's the silence onto the Nyx, or it would have been, but he just uses Vendetta. Goes back into the Sentry Vision. And is just gonna die to I Am Best. DPL was about to join that fight, but he just reads the situation well. There's just too many dire heroes to just go into there. At the 32nd minute mark is still the Viper. And the Naga Siren in the first two positions. Oh, GG Boots onto the Disruptor. Very, very greedy build on position 5s, but if it works and you need it, and you have the gold for it, just actually go for it if you have the gold for it, as my friends usually say. And the second Hyperstone is available for the Moonshot for Borshik. So let's see if that item's coming out. The Grimstroke is trying to get an Aghanim Scepter. That's a bit far off, but the Pudge actually has one, as we know that increases your rot status and reduces the health effect. I believe by 25%. Yeah, by 25%. The reduced regen effect, especially against
Radiant
Slogs,
are
is just
scanning.
absolute. And this is, you just need that. You just need that damage. You just need those damage reductions. And there's the DD Dreamer. Oh, no, Killer needs to pick it up. There's just no chance. Oh, and a fear on the Squirrel. Killer is stuck. He's just not right-clicking with the DD, but there's that beautiful Black Hole for Opulent with the BKB. He gets a triple kill. Is their turn opportunity. They do lose Santi in the middle of the fight, but dismembered. Ryujin is going to die, and it's a beautiful team wipe from the Dire. They actually get it. They actually get it. It was a triple Black Hole. Not the best, to be honest. But at the meantime, it's such a beautiful sight to see. With the 5k net worth lead, actually the Dire are going to push. With the bottom open, they're just going to push mid. Keep calm. Put out your Crimson Guard. Use your Eternal Shroud. Get a DD on Killer. And just push mid. What an absolutely amazing fight. To be honest. Baiting in Dreamer. And just going for that fight. Wishing riding on the map. Just having fun with it.
Radiant's middle tower
Very
has
interesting.
fallen.
There's zero communication between the two
Radiant's middle
teams.
tower is under attack.
Must mean that both teams are concentrating. On the other hand, it could mean that the replay just
Radiant's
doesn't
top
really
tower is under
download the
attack.
chat log. I'm not actually sure.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
As of now, there's just zero trash talk, no taunting, nothing really from either team.
Bounty.
Let's check vision on the map. So you can see Dire is trying to just hold back its areas. Oh, we have a situation on top. Killer is just gonna die. Hurricane Pike is suspended, but it's kind of worth it, to be honest. Neither side has aggressive vision. Neither or either camp. I'm really surprised by that. Because taking positions really needs that deep vision. Some smoke ganks. Anything would be better, to be honest. And Opulent just gets out, runs back. Just doesn't really want to deal with the Nyx. And the net worth lead that Radiant had for the past basically 30 minutes, the whole extent of the game, is kind of diminishing to 1k, 1 or 2k net worth lead. And we'll see if Dire can repeat that bravurous fight that they had in the mid lane. Let's see what we can do about that. Dreamer and company, they're trying to pressure top as much as possible. Sentry wards expended. And honestly, the whole of Dire just needs to come and defend. Ryujin can join with that haste. Let's see if we do have high ground push here. Very interesting. No Aegis high ground push right now. Dreamer is going to get pulled in with the bushwhack. He's kind of stuck, but the kinetic field helps. The root just holds down I am best. The sharpshoot absolutely misses. Killer looking for the hook, but goes into a creep. But they do hold the high ground right now for the Dire. And they do have Black Hole available. Radiant cannot just go up there and get those kills. Dreamer goes in for a blink. Killer is just constantly rooting. He knows that the Nyx is just there. He's gonna expend the kill. Borshik roots in the Omni Knight, but there's the fear. They kind of hold it back, but the Black Hole works again. The Guardian Angel's at work. Tofix and Borshik are just gonna die, and they do get DPL as well. Dire are holding this fight. Again, they take full. Again, there's no casualties, and it's a beautiful 4.5 net worth turn, and they take the lead for the first time in the game. Is pudge carry actually legit, is my question to you, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it can work in some cases. I'm not a huge fan, but honestly, you just gotta love to see the underdogs winning right now. Because basically they were down, I'm not even sure, 10? Yeah, 11, 12k in minus. And they just made these bravurous fights 2 times in a row. And they get the 2k net worth lead. I am not sure why Killer is pushing solo on this mid lane. But he's actually doing it. Gets Orchided, but he can do the Eternal. Okay, ball. As a science. Oh, the hook is a jaw. Essence Ring is used. Killer is trying to do his best to just back out the Dark. Portrait is just working from behind. K-Ball gets the kill. Uses the Ghost Scepter and gets out before the root. What a clutch TP. Glimslack on Killer, but the Pudge is still gonna die. But I mean, come on. That Viper death, that kill from K-Ball was just... Holy blimey. Santi joins a little late. Doesn't wind up the sharpshooter all the way that he's supposed to. And there's a DD on the Omni Knight. Actually made progress back into 7th place on the net worth chart. We'll see how much IMEU can actually do here. He has a Mjolnir and an SNY. Can he turn? He hits into the Carapace, but he still has the catch-up aura. Let's see what he can do with it. Guardian Angel. Glimpse back onto the Omni Knight. BKB's on Santi. Just can't really be chasing. The Thunder Strike AoE is just huge. That's insane what he can actually do with the Disruptor. That's just bonkers how big that field is. Is that due to the Aether Lens? That is huge. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, that should not be possible. I think it's the shard as well, right? Yeah, increases radius to 6 feet. That's just broken. That's just absolutely broken. That's basically free farmed for the Disruptor, because at any time anyone goes into a camp, they're farming for the Disruptor if they're not careful with their last hits. That's just bonkers, insane funny. I haven't even seen that since that came out. Maybe like once or twice, but that's just crazy good. I love it. In the meantime, the Bear finally has a Basher. And Opulent is making up lost net worth leads. He's basically catching up to Ryujin and has the Refresher Orb, is what we like to see. Okay, Dismembered, roared back, Killer. Can the Pudge come back for the Rush control? They actually do get it. Gleipnir onto the Bear, but Opulent with the big black hole. He can refresh it, and he uses it again. He's gonna take DPL with him. Roshan is actually gonna fall. Santi gets the Aegis. There is an opportunity for Dire to push. I can't believe it. I absolutely can't believe it. What a clutch. Stroke of Faith misses, but the wave cuts there. That's the objective. That's what they need to control, but the wave is just so far away. I have no idea how they're gonna do it. But if you can do three-man black holes in a row with BKB, I mean the combinations themselves, of course, the last one was a double, but holy crap! What nerves of steel do you require for this? This is witchcraft. This is not supposed to happen in Dota. Is this even Dota that I'm watching? That just doesn't make sense. Honestly, overwhelming blink is being made on the pudge. In the meantime, Santi with the Crystallis most likely going for a Dade. I want to see that Daedalus happen. Hook missed. Bloodthorn doing its magic. The pudge falls down to half HP. Gets him rooted. Is gonna get caught by Borshik. But the Malefice is doing the damage, and they actually take out the Naga for 80 seconds. They do lose Killer for 100, and the gem is dropped. They can't really do anything about that. It's going to be left down there. But they can chase. The Radiant is going to turn. BKB. Can they catch up to the fight? Can they get the squirrel is the question. BKB is down. There's a Poison Slow. Dreamer wants the Green Impale, but the Glimpslack works. It's just as well. The Aegis is down. Can they surround him? Can they get that kill? Burrow in. A long Impale and the catch. They do get the squirrel. Can they go down to the mid? Is there any way to push out? Or is IMEU just going to take out that tower bottom in the meantime? And going to gain the control and TP out on with the Omni Knight.
Radiant are scanning.
Just the control Dire finally wants, and they do take out those outer objectives. They only have a T2 left on top. And then they can also do some high ground pushing of their own. The question is bottom gonna hold? Or do they still need to fold people back into the base in order for this to work? Cable can just actually, stroke of fate this wave and just back out. Doesn't really need to stay here. Witchbane onto the Grim in the meantime. I just want to know what kind of action is next. Dreamer sees the Pudge. The 5k HP Pudge. He actually goes for it. Impale. And the control. Carapace for the perma-stun. The Meme Hammer actually hits. And they do get him. But there is a beautiful black hole. That's a 3-man again. Refreshed. Pulled back. Another 2 people inside it. Borshik, Tofix, DPL. They're all gonna die. Dreamer is the only one left. Burrowed into the ground. But they don't really care about the next assassin. They just want to push. I can't believe it. That's just insane. Time and time again, these beautiful black holes from the Enigma. Option's just winning this game. I have no other explanation for it. It's 3.2, and they do force a buyback, but do they care is the question. Nexus Assassin wants to actually kind of get out of here from the top. They do force Killer to come back to the lane. And Crimson is exchanged, but the tier 3 is just not going to get pushed out. So they're just going to back up. It's going to be another minute, boys. We're going to need another minute. They do need those level 25s. They do want those buffs. Especially the Sharpshooter's Pierce's spell immunity. For sure is something Sunny will really want. But let's see what Dreamer really wants. He's gonna get the Vendetta, he's gonna get the Impale, and you're stunned, and you're dead, and Santi's just gonna get erased from the map. Buyback statuses on the Radiant. There's only Dreamers that it's alive. It's not that easy of a game, boys. It's really not that easy. 45 to 38, and I can't really read what's on this map. Honestly, it's just not clear. Bershik with the BKB, but there's just no way they can pierce the Enigma, and they're gonna lose 2 or 3 if they gank up. But if they don't gank up, they can't kill the Pudge. They can't kill the Pudge. They go for the Enigma, then someone's gonna get hooked and dismembered. It's just bad choices all around. Trying to figure out how Nyx is passing all terrain.
Nice. Lovely.
He gets all terrain movement with Vendetta? I've never actually seen this happen. What's going on? Resistance. Burrow, Nyx Assassin stationary, unable to attack. Reduction. Oh, it's not the Axe itself, is it? It's just Vendetta got buffed? Speed bonus, break invisibility. I have no idea how he's going all terrain, to be honest. This baffles me. Why am I not seeing this?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I was looking for like a set of spider legs or something, but he has a
Dire's
timeless
top
relic on
tower
him.
has fallen.
So I'm just confused about
Dire's
this.
top
But
barracks
yeah, in the
are under
meantime,
attack.
with the meme hammer, they actually take the tier 3 on top. Radiant, can they have this push opportunity? Is Dreamer just gonna walk into some vision? They do try and go on Killer. And they only have 1/6 of his HP. The Sharpshooter misses. And I am EU Best is just going to use Guardian Angel to push forward. Opulent needs that vision to blink in to use that black hole. Killer looking for good targets.
Dire's
They
top
can't really
barracks are
find
under
anything.
attack.
They find Ryujin. Is there an opportunity to jump in? Purification trying to heal the Pudge, but the damage is just too big. Opulent goes on for the 2 black hole. And he goes on for another 2-man black hole. And the chase is just that. Dreamer dies, 4 down. The Excessive buys back. The Disruptor comes back as well. Roshan still not alive. But can they hold? Dark Portrait chasing with the Inkswell. Dozer. DPL is just making it out of there. Sharpshooter. So gonna be a long shot, but I don't think he's gonna make it. In the meantime, Santi's gonna be taken out by Dreamer, and they take out EU's best. K-Ball. Half HP. Gotta get taken out. And that's 900 gold for Dreamer. Ong with a 753 and 592 triple kill on the Nyx. And that will basically hold Dire for a little while. They do all have their buybacks besides Killer's Pudge, but to be honest, I don't think they really want to expend those. I would let go of one of the racks. I'm EU, buys back, although he should be the last one to do. Here comes Santi as well, and the tier 3 is just gonna fall. I'm EU, gonna get rooted, gonna get held down. Guardian Angel used. Static Storm is doing its job. Tofix will die here, actually, with the dieback. And Sharpshooter onto the Disruptor. DPL is gonna lose his life as well. Both of them were bought back heroes. This is gonna be trouble. This is going to be trouble. Dire has the opportunity, and if they don't, I'm not sure. Oh, the Disruptor wasn't a buyback, my bad. I was actually looking at the Nyx. But yeah, so this could be game if Dire sees the opportunity and can push out the waves. Let's see, K-Ball. Still get held. K-Ball with the Scythe of Vice. Goes out to Dreamer, who's not going to get caught. There's just no ward there. Malefice does its job. right now with the gem. Midnight Pulse, Ryujin gets the DD and tries actually going on K-Ball, but the Inkswell procs. Can we have more kills? Killer with the Raw actually just burns down Ryujin. Just so many dieback heroes. That's just not good for the Radiant. Borshik needs TP boots and needs to do some side pressure. Just no way. The only luck Radiant actually have right now is that Dire's just not seeing this. I mean, the last 3 or 4 fights were just chaos for the past 20 minutes, so I can actually see that Radiant, like Dire, is just not aware that they have the best opportunity to push right now. And all those Eidolons just doing the work, you just love to see it. But the mirror images, they're gonna clean up those babies. Oh, it's just so sad. 53 to 43 and 12k net worth lead for Dire, even though their base is just open. And I have no idea who the shard's gonna be. Maybe it's the Pudge. Yeah, honestly, the Pudge needs the shard. Inkswell amplification is just not bad. Let's just give the shard to the Pudge. I have no idea where I left that on, but I'm turning that off right now. I have absolutely no idea where I left that on.
Invisibility?
My bad. It's been a while since I've actually done a recording at home. 52 minutes in. Let's see. Killer with the Aegis is just going to move forward. Rot. Hook there. But despite the mistake, they're chasing down Borshik's Song. The Siren used. They're gonna stun him. They're gonna catch him. The Inkswell just does its work. Borshik is down. He actually expended the gold. Disruptor, DPL buys back, but Opulent, he just uses the black hole. They're gonna push. Is Dire actually gonna win this? The Refresher Orb is used. They do have the second black hole to threaten with the BKB. Killer's just gonna take it down. He goes on to Tofix. There's the Hex. Can they turn? Aegis is used on I am best.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower
Glimpse back, Purification, Heavenly Grace. What's the pull? They're gonna go for the black hole. Best is turning. Killer trying to hook people into the BH. But can they do the catch? There's the Inkswell, and it does its job. Can they get Ryujin? That would be the big kill. And they do get him. IMEU still alive. He's doing his best to stay like that. That's the Heavenly Grace. K-Ball is trying to distract him, but the buybacks are coming out.
Where you're going, the weather doesn't change.
Gem of True Sight just dropped onto the ground. No one's really caring about that.
Ha ha! Fresh meat!
And Killer's... what? Killer was right there, but no, he's gonna be forced back. He has a DP boots just so that he can hook Ryujin. Killer. Not the best. A bit of a damage. And the Penta sword does its job. The maim is just way too strong. Especially combined with the poison. This is a really good combination with the Viper. Even though, you know, we know that this is like a melee weapon. At the same time, it's just great. 25 reduction to movement speed. And that's just insane. In the meantime, Opulent, does he have another solution? He does really want a shard. Really, he wants those 3 black holes. The question is, can he actually do it? The second question is, when is Killer going to get his BKB? It's not that far out, to be honest. He doesn't have buybacks. There's just no buybacks across the board. Like, when do we see games like that? In the meantime, Vendetta, Impale, impacted, but they just want to back out, and Santi just pushes out. Very late BKB, but he just wants to scuttle home. Safe and sound, as far as I can see. Borshik in the meantime almost has a heart. That might be enough to basically survive the black hole. I'm just not sure about the rest of the damage that they're just going to be facing right now. They really want to go for the Megas, and they really want this pressure. Problem is it the time to go up to this high ground killer? This uses the rot, slows him down with the bushwhack combo, the wave is just gone. There's really not a chance Radiant should take here. Rune not available. That's going to be a region on the bottom. Let's see. Interesting that Dreamer is just not aggressively burrowing into the ground. Looking for opportunities to just stun. Wanna break people. He just doesn't want to fight into the pudge, to be honest, I guess. Top rack's gone. Mid is kind of open. And Dire is just taunting Radiant to go in. I mean, Radiant could just play this safe as long as they can stun. Oh my god, Borshik. This is a very bad play. He gets hexed out. Gleipnir, he's gonna be hold. Done, and they're just using Borshik. I have no idea what the Naga was doing there. That's just a bad move right there. you just can't. No. You just can't do that. What is he doing there? That was just bad. Honestly. It could be like a flame threaten in a pub game. I have just no idea. That's straight up catastrophic what he's doing there. Dreamer, in the meantime. I think he's trying to deep burrow. I still have no idea how he's doing this all-terrain movement. Because Vendetta just straight up doesn't give you all-terrain. If the Axe does, why isn't it written there? I have no idea. Maybe it's an item bug, like an item got spilled back. But there's just how is he doing all-terrain movement? Because this modifies burrow. Doesn't give you Vendetta doesn't give you all-terrain movement. There must be some kind of neutral item bug. But he gets found out. He's gonna get Hex. Carapace is on the back. But Killer is on the move. IMBU Best is just gonna hold him on the other side. And the Omniang is gonna take the kill. 60 to 47. That's just a greedy movement from him right there. And Radiant really just wants to hold out for the second Roche. Second? Obviously it's gonna be the third one. And we will see if it has Aghanim Scepter or Refresher Shard. Curious to see what we will find. Raging with the Daedalus and the Hurricane Pike and the Monkey King Bar with the Swift Blink. This is going to be an absolute unit right there. In the meantime, Killer. Cable with the Ethereal Blade, which is not something I've seen before in the action in this game so far. Eidolon's just dispersing from the mid and just dying for nothing. It's a really classic case of mid lanes. Honestly, you should push in like a side lane if I were Radiant and just try to just rat in from there, but it's just those black hole threats are just huge right now from Dire. There's just no way how to turn this, and they can't really take this fight. Killer moving in aggressively, trying to dismember the Druid as much as he can. The Dark Portrait of Tofix himself is basically taking him out, and the Druid's just gonna die for 100. Can Radiant do something here? They do have a song, they can't position aggressively, but Opulent is just on the back. They actually find the Naga. Okay, it's going to be glimpsed back. The Song of the Saints is going to be committed. And yeah, there's the idea. Borshik is going to try to do the rat. on the backside. In the meantime, K-Ball is going to be pulled out, but I am EU Best is going to be held. Heavenly Grace, there's the stun. Can they do more? Impale onto the out, but Opulent does the black hole. There's no Carapace. He's not stopping it. BKB's not actually going on the Enigma. Can they do more? Borshik with the BKB. Can he hold? He cannot. He's going to be expelled. 113 seconds on the Disruptor, 92 on the Siren. But Tofix and Dreamer are going forward. Can they do it? Inkswell kills the bear. But on the other side, Dreamer gets caught between three. Where's the rest? Nowhere. And actually, the next assassin is gonna die for 2 minutes. Ryujin trying to get out. The Inkswell Creep is gonna die. The Illusion, Opulent, Malefice, he's gonna get caught. Ethereal Blade and Opulent with the Midnight Pulse damage is gonna take out the Viper. 3 of them without buyback. Can Dire actually do this? Killer is joining with the TP boots. Glimpsed back into the base, and the Pudge is just gonna go home. I have no idea why he did not use BKB there for the fight and for the join. Santi going for a Divine Rapier. Dire should just pressure this high ground. It's 5v2. I have no idea what's going on. Like, how is this possible? 60-minute item drops, which I've hardly even seen in my own games, even though I do a lot of pubs. This is just chaos on this map. Killer. Overwhelming, blinking in for Roshan, dismembering him for a little bit, but the rot is just doing its job. You can dismember Roshan again, to be honest, just for the stun, for the fun of it. But I am best is just hitting it as much as he can. Gem with True Sight just casually dropped into the Roche pit, but they're going to take it. It's an Aghanim's Blessing onto the Omni Knight. Cheese for Killer. I am EU Best, basically. Even if Radiant try to do some ratting, he can actually have the Blessing. Oh, no, I think he should take it. You should take it. The Pudge already has one. The Grimstroke has one. Hoodwink doesn't really need one. You rather have, you know, the global Guardian Angel all around. And honestly, it's way better. Way better. Arcanist's Armor. I actually haven't seen this one. 5 armor with a 20 magic resistance. Forcing Aura grants 35 damage reflection for 5 seconds. That's insane. I don't even know what Lotus Orb has compared to that. It has a 6-second aura, but at this meantime, I mean, it's a very good late game item, especially because of the 5 armor plus and 20 magic resistance. It's really not that bad. 20% magic resistance in an aura. That's insane. We also have Book of the Dead, so push Ultimata right now. Basically for the Dire. I just want to see where they're going to go with it. Stygian Desolator for the Viper. That's insanely good. Book of the Shadows for the Omni Knight. I don't really know that if they're going to use that one. We shall see. Book of Shadows used on Tofix. Untargetable also. Silence, Mute, and Disarm for 3 seconds. It's a basic dispel. I mean, it works really well with another Toxin in the meantime. It's not that bad. Seer Stone. Oh, wait. There's some action on the mid. Impale onto Killer. Can they move in? But the Mirror Shield basically helps out Killer. Can he go on? 4 seconds for the next hook. But Thunder Strike is just working. Overwhelming Blink. Mirror Shield again. Mirror is just working itself wonders. Dreamer is gonna get dismembered and caught, and the Inkswell damage is just gonna blow him up. 100 seconds on the Nyx and 110 on the Disruptor. Tofix trying to do some backdoor ratting tactics, but the Druid is holding on. There's the stun. They can actually hold him. Sharpshooter goes array, and so does the hook. It doesn't work, but the Lone Druid still has a bear. They're trying to go home. I am best EU with the Divine Rapier. Handed it over by Santi. It's Santi's property. It's not, it doesn't work like that. What game is this? That's not actually how it works. He doesn't get the extra damage from it, like someone needs to steal it and then for him to get it. But that's just suicide, to be honest. I mean, it's better to just have the Divine Rapier dropped in the fountain and the Abyssal inside. That extra 10 strength with the HP regen is just better. And yeah, I think he's gonna drop it. Yeah, he gives it back to Santi. It tells him like, dude, it's defective. You should keep that item for yourself. In the meantime, top killer is just gonna get out after the T2 pressure. The creeps will basically just die. This is really a really good technique for him to hold, and the Heart of Tarask is just coming into work. 8k pudge with a 34 flesh heap. That's just beautiful to watch, honestly. You just love to see it. You just love to see these fat butchers roaming the map, don't you? Meantime, Ethereal Shroud used. I believe the Arcane Stone is that sharpshooter on the Lone Druid. True form, for at least a little hold on. Killer actually turns onto the bear, bushwhack combo onto the bear, dismember onto Tophix, and 2 minutes on the Lone Druid with a beautiful black hole. But it's just illusions, and Dreamer, who is basically trying to get out, he's doing his best. BKB expended for some reason on Sun here. No refresher orb used. Can they pressure mid? They have 100 seconds without the Druid. 100 seconds without the Druid, and they're actually going on the high ground. 68 minutes out. And Killer just basically one-shots the Rax. He goes in, takes out the mid. The question is, do they want to actually commit here? Dreamer doing his best. He wants those megas. He wants to play this, but Killer comes back. Killer comes back for Dreamer. And the Nyx. Oh, those rat hopes and dreams. Even though he's basically an insect, but... Meantime, he just needs those creeps to get into the line. He can go for the meme hammer. He can actually go for the meme. What is he doing? I don't know. He wants to go for the squirrel kill. He wants that divine rapier. Does he? Oh, he's checking for vision. He's actually behind Santi. Carapace. They're both of them are stunned. They can do it. Impale. Ah, but the meme hammer doesn't hit. Carapace again. He can take the kill. He can take the kill. He doesn't take the kill. Meantime, oh, he's gonna make it, but the Divine Rapier is on the floor. He's gonna leave it there. Santi buys back, sharpshooter out, Carapace back, Impale in. He gets the Divine Rapier. The bushwhack doesn't hit. Dreamer is basically saving the Radiant. He steals the Divine. That's insane. What is this game? I can't. It's horrible. How? What a play from Dreamer. At the same time, Santi's commitment for the item is just insanely good. I love to see plays like this. A 40k net worth deficit in favor of the Dire, but they have a Divine Rapier Nyx Assassin. I mean, how is this a game? How is this even possible? 70 minutes in, and Dreamer, oh, he's right there. Oh, he's behind his boys. He's following those creeps. Seer Stone could reveal everything he basically needs, and I still have no idea how he's doing all-terrain movement. Oh, it's a level 25 talent. Now I see. Basically, Dreamer He's just gonna get caught, and the Divine Rapier is on the floor. I am EU Best will finally get the opportunity to pick it up, but he just doesn't have space. Okay, who cares? Blades of Attack on the floor.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Get the courier to take it back. I mean, he basically tells Cabal, just take back the item. And Cabal just leaves it there. Just get the courier and take it home. Poor Blades of Attack.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But the Divine Rapier is doing its job. And I am EU Best. Can basically just roll, but there's no protection on him. I'm really, really worried about the Summon Knight. He does have Heavenly Grace, but will that be enough?
And be judged fairly.
Radiant's top tower is
Killer?
under attack. Radiant's top
Just
tower
doing his
has
best
fallen.
to pressure up on top. They're holding for now. I mean, the other side does have another Toxin and the Roar and the Bear. It's doing its job. Magic Shield is just breaking. Dark Portrait, Killer jumps in the mid. Who's the target? He doesn't really see one. Soulbind, Static Storm, and they're both really stuck. Song of the Siren to reset the fight, but Guardian Angel out, and a beautiful black hole. That's just 3 caught inside, and he can do it again. Borshik is dead for 100, and they're gonna turn on to the Disruptor. Can they take out the fight? Tofix with the Giant's Ring is trying to do his best to just fight them off. But the buyback, Lone Druid is just gonna die. The damage is just not there, and the sustain from the Guardian Angel with the physical damage blocked, it's just perfect. The Dismember hits the Viper, and they're gonna take him out again. IMEU Best is dominating. The Inkswell stuns out the Naga Siren. Ryujin buys back and he's just trying to disperse. He's trying to just kill that Pudge, and he's gonna get it. Right click is there. 1,353 gold for the Pudge. Killer buys back and instantly comes back, and Ryujin is just not willing to get caught. IMEU Best is on the floor, and they're taking out the Pudge, but the Naga is gonna fall. Is this it for the Radiant? The buybacks are just gone. Santi with the Divine. I am EU Best.
Look kindly on me.
Is he? Is he, ladies and gentlemen? He's basically holding, but basically Opulent takes out the last kill. Well-deserved victory for the Dire. 72k net worth difference. I would have not called that match easy in 1,000 years. But holy crap, what a game. 80 to 51. I will admit, I did my best not to look at the scoreboard or the length of the game. And then for sure, I was basically like, I don't know, maybe the data is wrong. And I didn't understand why the file was just so big. But when I just started the replay, oh my god, what a treat. I mean, ding, 760. Honestly, I'm just flattered. Holy crap, dude, what a game. Basically non-traditional carries all around, and the Radiant should have just won. But honestly, it's that. The Radiant should have won this game. But they have no way of holding the Enigma. They have no way of countering you when you have BKB. And it just takes those few turns. And then in Ultra Late Game, it's just bonkers. Ultra Late Game is just crack. It just doesn't make sense. It's upside down and right side up. It's just horrible. Horrid game. And I loved it. I loved it. I love non-traditional Dota. I love techies picks. I love pudges that just own games even though their laning stages are bad. Anything goes in this game, and that is why we cast. So thank you again. I hope you enjoyed the cast, and honestly, I want to see more. I really, really want to see more. And I just can't wait. Thank you again. See you guys.